Good afternoon. Welcome to Lunch with Our Long Ears. It's Tuesday, October 21st. We're going to do our best again with the wind that appears to have picked up slightly, much better than it was yesterday. On the agenda today, we're going to update on upcoming events now that we're through our fall mayhem and start to talk about the next season that's on its way in and preparations that are being made here, as well as preparations that you guys can make if you are burro owners to get ready for colder weather and colder conditions. So we'll get started. We're here with the usual crew. Our water is getting closer. We should be laying concrete this week. We had to wait for the little freeze that we had come through. So the concrete should be going down hopefully this weekend. Starting to talk about winter and what's things that we can do to help these guys stay warm. You can see up here now that we are feeding, this is a barley straw product, and they have access now to this barley straw all day long, all day, all night, so they can come up here and eat anytime that they want. The goal for that is to give them the opportunity to eat more throughout the day than just morning and evening feedings. And it's also at their disposal whether or not they need food to stay warm. So if their stomachs are working, they tend to stay warm. And so access to food is a good thing because it helps them to stay warm. So we're offering the barley straw now. They are enjoying having the opportunity to eat. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys up here right now out of the group. They can come up here anytime that they want during the day. The group changes out throughout the day and they're just eating as they wish. And when they're done, they can walk away. So that's been one adjustment and change that we've made. Taz is saying hi. You saying hi, buddy? Say hi. You say hi, Tazzy? Say hi. Say hi. Here's Taz. He says, I had a video this week. It said, here come Taz, right? You ran down the breezeway to come to yoga, right? So all these guys doing really well. We're still getting training sessions in. We're still working on getting them used to lifting up their hooves and getting them on a hoof care routine. Most everybody now has a hoof care routine or schedule on the books for them, and we're working through that. Everybody's doing really great, very friendly. Here's Buster. Here's Gladys. Good girl, Gladys. Here's Winston. Jezebel coming over. Oh no, that's Trucker coming over. Thor. Arlo. Here's Phil. So everybody's doing really, really well. Announcement wise, we launched our Badass Burro Brim event. It is going to be Sunday, December 7th. It will be from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Casey Jones Pavilion in Elizabeth. That is a make your own hat event. You can either do a flat brim hat or a cowboy hat. And the company that comes has all kinds of accessories that you can purchase to upgrade your hat. But that'll be a fun event. We will once again have Annette and Doug Conlon playing live music for that event, which is great. Thank you very much to them. And so we hope that you will be able to join us. There's details on our Facebook page. The details should also be going up on our webpage here in the next couple days. Abby, if you're watching, please add it to the website. Hay-wise, the other piece to our feeding at when it does get cold is that We'll increase our feedings from 2 times a day, possibly up to 4 times a day, depending on how cold it is. And then working on preparing waterers. These waterers will have heaters built in, the one that we're installing, but the rest of it should be getting hoses and getting heaters ready to go so that the overnights get cold, which we had ice on our water this morning, that you are ready to provide warm water, not frozen water, to your animals throughout the winter. We also look at increasing electrolytes during this time of year. You can see that's Teton that's licking on the salt right now. And so they have access to salt all the time, but we'll bring in an additional mineral tub here probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, just to supplement anything that they may be missing. There's Max and Minnie and Einstein, Teton, Pablo. Here's Smarty Marty and Snickers and Rocky. Manners, are you smiling for the camera? Say hello. Say hello. That's Minnie. So all those things are preparations for winter. We do have blankets on hand. We do not blanket on a daily basis. However, we have blankets in the event of an emergency or in the event that we see somebody who is cold and not feeling well, so that we can get a blanket onto them as soon as possible and help them to bounce back. We've pulled a couple that are on refeed programs in addition to the usuals that we have, and that's in preparation for winter as well. So those guys are doing really well with their new protocols. Jack saying hi, Lenny saying hi. There's Jack. There's Leonard. So all 3 sizes of donkeys right here. We have a miniature in Niner who's standing there with his mask on. Lenny is a mammoth, and Jack is a standard, as are the rest of these guys that are right here, other than Rolo. Right, Rolo? See, I'm a mini. I'm a mini. Other things going on, we did another education session up in Cripple Creek this past weekend. When I get the video together and posted, please take a look at it. One of the big takeaways that we were talking about was when you present yourself to an animal and you don't show confidence, how an animal responds. And we had a lot of really good examples of that, and we had a lot of really good shifts in demeanor within the donkeys in the pen, and had a lot of great success with new people that had never had hands-on donkeys. So that's a great one for you to watch. It's coming up. I'm working on getting it edited and pieced together. So hopefully it'll be up here before the end of the week. We also went to Badass Coffee on Woodman in Colorado Springs for their trick-or-treat event that was on Sunday afternoon. Thank you to Starlene and her whole crew for including us in that day. And we had our final session of Wild Ass Yoga on Saturday. Very, very well attended. Thank you very much to everybody who came out. The weather held for us long enough that the wind was not terrible, and we had a really nice turnout, really nice session. Thank you to Danny for being our instructor for the whole year, for donating her time and her expertise to give us a really great workout while she's here. Please like and follow her page, Ashva Yoga. It's ASHVA. She does lots of equestrian yoga events, as well as teaches in a studio in Castle Rock, Colorado. So please support her as well. And other than that, we've been starting to ramp up our planning for Colorado Gives season, which is starting on November 1st. Getting together the Burro Brims event in December, and some of our end of the year wrap up and updates as far as web pages and charity organizations which support our cause. As far as our operation and our programming, we're funded by three primary sources. One would be our adoption fees when we have animals that go to their new homes. We have a rehoming or adoption fee that's paid by the new home, and that comes in and covers hay costs as well as veterinary and farrier costs for the donkeys while they're here. But we also have private donors who generously give throughout the year, and then we have several grants that we are fortunate to have received based on applications that we submitted. So in 2025, our grant dollars that we received went towards veterinary care, farrier care. We received a grant that covered our vaccines. So we had 60 rounds of vaccines and rabies provided to us by Merck through the UHVRC program. We had the state of Colorado who generously granted us to purchase a skid steer, which is being well used, and we're extremely grateful to have that on site. So all of those things are part of our programming, and this time of year is when we're back to submitting applications and getting reports together and getting the things needed that we need to submit applications for next year, as well as our programming, so we know what type of money we're going to be asking for. The other piece is that we are going to launch our Burro Backers program, which will be for our monthly donors. That campaign is going to kick off on November 1st with the Colorado Give season, and we're doing it that way because in the first 6 weeks of the Colorado Gives program, if you sign up for a recurring donation, it is automatically matched through the Colorado Gives Foundation. So your money will go double in the first month, and then the ongoing support obviously is greatly appreciated. We will have a 2026 Burro Base Camp calendar for anybody that signs up as a monthly donor. Again, that information will be posted and ready to go November 1st. Other than that, we've made it up to the moms and babies pen. These guys are doing great. Layla is up here. I think she was up here last week as well. She's on a refeed program and doing much better and much more interactive. And we're able to halter her and lead her, and she's picking up feet. So we're going to get her on the trim list probably for next week or the week after. The babies are growing and doing great. Miss Reba's still holding on to that baby in her belly. These guys all just had their training sessions and had grain. Everybody in here, including the babies, is being haltered, led, and picking up feet and getting hooves cleaned out on pretty much a routine daily basis at this point. So these guys are getting lots and lots of handling, lots of training, and they're all doing super well. Other than that, it's a beautiful, clear, blue sky fall Colorado day today. We're grateful for that. The wind was ripping yesterday and it was quite cold. A big shout out to our volunteers who weather all these storms and weather going into winter with us and hanging with us going through all of this, because we've been in every level of clothing this week, between fully bundled up with winter hats and gloves on to Nancy's right here in a tank top. So we appreciate everybody hanging in with us, and we have lots of new volunteers that are starting this week. So I'm excited to meet those people and get them out and part of our routine. We have lots of new adopters coming through. So thank you to the people that are supporting our program and supporting our burros and offering them a home. And other than that, I think that's about all we got. We do still have Apples and Asses t-shirts. If you were not at the event and you're interested in a t-shirt, please feel free to message me and we can make arrangements. I shipped out a whole bunch earlier this week, so hopefully the people that had requested things received them. But we do have apples and asses shirts as well as all of our other merchandise is stocked up. So if you're interested in any merchandise items as you come to the holidays, please feel free to message and we can get that stuff out to you. And other than that, we hope that you have a great day. You say bye, Quince. You say goodbye, little girl.